Everybody, this is Rob Hadley along with trusty statistician Brad Vinson. Blake Maywell has stepped up to bat to take the first pitch of the ball game, and he swings and misses at strike one. We've got a doubleheader this evening. Cardinals against the Harrison Goblins. Next pitch comes in a little bit high, and that's going to be ball one. Count 1-1 on Maywell. Next pitch hit him, so he heads on down to first base. And in having done so, he'll bring Ryan Larkin up to bat. Ryan, the left-handed batter, steps in with nobody out. Maywell on first. Big left-hander on the mound for Harrison. First pitch is outside. Curveball is ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Throw over to first base. Maywell's back easily and safely. Pitcher toes the rubber once again, looks into his catcher for the sign. He gets it, throws home. Off the plate, he misses for ball two. A little bit outside with that delivery. Next pitch, he lays down a bunt, but it goes foul. So that's strike one, 2 balls and 1 strike. Nobody out here in the first inning. Throw over to first. Maywell's back, no problem. Blake hadn't had to get dirty yet. He's gone back in standing up the both times the pitcher's thrown over. Now the pitch, and he lays it down. Third baseman charging, makes the play to first. And he gets Larkin out. But Larkin does most of what he set out to do by moving Maywell over to second. So now there's 1 out. And up to bat is Blake Putnam, Cardinal second baseman. He steps to the dish, bats right-handed. Big left-hander's on the mound. He checks the runner and now throws. It's a little high, ball one. So want to know the count on Maywell, or on Putnam. Maywell's out there at second. Pitcher throws, and it's a fastball high. 2 balls, no strikes. Putnam stands in. Pitcher checks the runner. Now he throws home. It's high. Ball 3. So the Harrison hurler having a few problems with his control here early on. I think he's been behind almost every batter. Next one is in there for strike one. 3 balls and 1 strike. Took something off that pitch. And the 3-1 offering. Swing and a miss by Putnam. So now it's a full count. Maywell is down at second base with 1 out here in the top of the first inning. First of 2 contests today. Fouled off by Putnam. Straight back at the screen. And we'll do it again with the full count pitch. Pitcher looks for his sign, checks the runner, kicks and fires. And Putnam has popped it up behind the plate, but it's going to get out of play. Just behind the stands. And there's still a Brad Vinson says they're grand stands. Putnam pops it up on the infield. Second baseman goes under it and makes the catch, and that's 2 out. here in the first inning. So that's going to bring up Tyler Gregg.
The pitcher, number 27.
Tyler's the pitcher in this game. Usually pitches the first game of the conference doubleheaders, and they've decided to put him on base. Intentional walk, and Tyler goes down there. So there are runners at first and second. And now Kelton Price, the left fielder, is going to come up to bat. Coach Harper comes in to have a little visit with the umpire. They're sending in a courtesy runner at first. Is that Bracy down there? Down at first, courtesy runner. Yeah, it's Cameron Bracy. So runners on first and second. And up to bat is Ryan Larkin. Price, Kelton Price. And the first pitch is a ball. 1 ball and no strikes with 2 outs and 2 on. Swing and a miss. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Kelton, the left fielder for the Cardinals. Pitcher checks the runners. He steps off. And he doesn't throw it anywhere, just wants him to think that maybe he could. Checking the runners again. This time he comes home, tips it. And that's strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Kelton Price. 2 out here in the first inning of this contest. Swing and a miss at 1 up in his eyes, and that's strike 3. And so the Cardinals will head to the field for the bottom of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We'll be back here in Harrison, Arkansas in just a few moments. Welcome back to Harrison, Arkansas. I'm Rob Hadley, and we're going to the bottom of the first inning in a contest, the last regular season conference series for the Cardinals and for these Harrison Goblins, I think. First pitch from Tyler Gregg. A little bit high. Ball 1. Next pitch from Tyler is in there for a strike. So the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike on Weber, the leadoff man. Next one's up over his head, literally, directly over his head for ball. 2 balls and a strike. Tyler comes home, and there's a fly ball hit out to center field where Trenton McChristian makes the catch. And there's one away.
Now batting for the Goblins, the right fielder, number 13, Daniel McCormick.
Daniel McCormick is stepping up to the plate. And the first pitch from Tyler Gregg, a fastball. Just a hair high, apparently, and that's ball one. And he fouls it off to the right side for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike on McCormick. Tyler shakes off a sign. Now he brings it home. Drops a breaking ball in there for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on McCormick with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Next pitch over the plate, and he takes it for strike 3. So McCormick goes down on strikes. And the Goblins send the shortstop, Cooper King, up to bat. King stands in, and the first pitch to him, I guess it was just a bit outside. Ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 offering from Tyler Gregg. It's fouled off to the right side and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 to King. Next pitch. Change of speed. And he drops it in there for a strike. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now on King. Third batter in the order. Already 2 outs. Here comes Tyler. And he gets a bat on it and a good base hit out to right field. Nick picks it up, throws it into Putnam, the cutoff man, and they get it over to second base and hold King to a single. So now there's a man on with 2 outs, and the cleanup hitter will be coming up to bat.
Number 3, Quinn Cherry.
It's Quinn Cherry. He's the pitcher in this contest, or the catcher? What do they say? He's got to be the catcher. He's a big old boy, too. Next pitch. Taken for a strike. Caleb makes a snap throw down to Drew Vincent at first. Put the runners back safely. No balls and 1 strike on Cherry. The pitch fouled off. Runner was going, but the ball is hit foul down around the third base coaching box. So the count now 0-2 on the Goblins catcher. 2 outs, bottom of the first. Runner on first. Tyler checks the runner. Now he throws home. And it's right down central, and he takes it for strike 3. So there was 1 hit on no runs and no errors, and 1 man left on base. We'll be back in Harrison in just a moment.
the right fielder.
Welcome back to Harrison. Nick Huff, the right fielder, comes up to lead off the inning for the Redbirds. He stands in, and the first pitch is hit hard, but right over the second baseman's head, and he's able to leap high enough to bring it down for out number one here in the top of the second. Next up is the designated hitter, Trip Cheney. Trip takes a strike for the first pitch. Here comes another. Fouls it off to the right side and out of play. So it's a 0-2 count. Next pitch hit the knob of Tripp's bat. So it's foul ball, and the count remains at 0-2. And the pitch. He takes strike three, so 2 down here in the top of the second, and Caleb Reagan, the catcher for the Cardinals, will step to the plate.
Number 7, Caleb Reagan.
Caleb takes ball one, a curveball low and in. Here's the next one. It's up high, fastball. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes on Caleb Reagan. Next one's in there for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch to Reagan is low. So Caleb has a 3-1 count on him. There are 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Nobody on. And the pitch. Fouled straight back. Actually not quite straight. Just missed the screen. Went out of play. Caleb calls time. Steps out. Regains his focus, gets back into the batter's box. Next pitch is a strike. And so the Cardinals go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll be back with the bottom of the second in just a moment. Welcome back to Harrison, Arkansas. Farmington Cardinals are playing the Harrison Goblins. Jonas Husky comes up to bat now for Harrison. First pitch from Tyler Gregg, taken for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch from Tyler. Drops it in there. Breaking ball for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. No, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one's low. Next pitch, fouled off to the right. Nobody can get to it. Falls harmlessly out there in foul territory behind first base. And closer really to Nick Huff out and right. Next pitch, swing and a miss at a curveball. And that's strike 3. Out number 1.
Now batting for the Goblins, the third baseman.
Now stepping up to bat
Noah Dittmanson.
is Noah Dittmanson. The pitch from Tyler, strike 1. Next pitch, a little low, just below the knees, 4-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Dittmanson. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Looked like he offered a pitch he took the time before. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Dittmanson. The pitch. And Tyler drops a curveball in on him, and he watches strike 3 go by. So there are already 2 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Andrew Crawford comes up to bat. The pitch, a little low. That's ball 1. Tyler Gregg brings it home just below his knees. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Next pitch, up high. Got a 3-0 count on this guy. Crawford awaits the 3-0 offering. Here it comes from Tyler, and it's in there for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike to Crawford. Next pitch, he pops it up foul and out of play. Off to the right side. So, from 3-0, we've gone to a full count. Next pitch. It's hard hit to center field, but it's just a long out because McChristian is there to glide over and grab it. So that's the end of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on for Harrison in the bottom of the frame. And it's a 0-0 ball game. We'll be back in Harrison in just a moment. Welcome back to Harrison, Arkansas. Trenton McChristian is stepping up to bat to lead off the third inning for the Cardinals. The pitch, fouled straight back and out of play. No balls and 1 strike to Trenton. The next pitch, off-speed delivery, breaking ball. It's fouled off to the right side. No balls and 2 strikes to McChristian. Next pitch, he ticked it, but the catcher caught it. And that's strike 3, and Trenton's down on strikes. Now we go back to the top of the order for the Cardinals, and they're going to send up the leadoff man, Blake Madewell. Shortstop for the Redbirds. Madewell looks down at Coach Harper, steps into the box. Big left-hander on the mound, brings it home. And that's a strike. Right at the very tip top of the strike zone. Next pitch. That's a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Blake Madewell. Next pitch, down and in. 2-1. The next pitch. That's a ball. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Blake Madewell. And the 3-1 pitch is taken high. Blake thought about swinging, but he held up. And we got a runner on first for the Cardinals. And up to bat will be Ryan Larkin, the Cardinals' third baseman. So Madewell has reached for the second time in this contest. Throw over to first. Blake's back in plenty of time. Pitcher looks for a sign. Uh-oh, and they've got Blake in trouble. He is thrown out at second base. Throw over to first was behind Blake. Blake took off for second as hard as he could go, but the ball beat him there, and the tag was applied for the second out. So now nobody on. Larkin up to bat. Next pitch is a curveball. It's outside to Larkin. So the count 1 ball and no strikes. Next one about in the same place. 2-0. Count to Larkin with 2 out and nobody on here in the top of the third. Next pitch, way high. Ball 3. 3-0 count. And the pitch right on the outside corner. So it's 3 balls and 1 strike to Larkin. Big left-hander comes to the plate. Ryan takes a whack at it, fouls it off down the left side. Out of play. So it's a full count on the Cardinals' third baseman. The throw home. Gets a bat on it, but it's also fouled out of play. So we'll do it again. Full count on Larkin. The pitch. Hits it right past the pitcher. Base hit up the middle for Larkin. That's going to bring Blake Putnam up to bat, Cardinals' second baseman.
Now batting for the Cardinals.
And
number 24, Blake Putnam.
With 2 outs, there's a runner on first base here in the top of the third inning. Putnam awaits the first pitch. Pitcher throws home. It's high. Ball 1. Madewell down there at first. The pitch. It's high. Ball 2. Yeah, Madewell's thrown out stealing. That's Larkin down at first base. And he pops it up. And it's caught for the out. So that's the inning. Cardinals get no runs on one hit, no errors, one man left on base. We'll be back to enjoy the smooth sounds of Jerry Reed in just a moment. Song about alligators in Harrison, Arkansas. Just go figure. So Tyler Gregg climbs up on the mound. And up to bat is Will Spry. He leads off the bottom of the third for the Goblins. First pitch is high for a ball. Tyler comes home again. And it's hit to center field. McChristian on his horse out by the fence. He doesn't get it. He throws it back in, and Spry is going to glide into second with a double. And Tyler, not familiar with this ballpark, and he was trying to find that fence. He was very close to it. The ball may have ticked off his glove just a bit, and it hit the fence when it left his glove. Next batter up is Reynolds. Reynolds stands in. He lays down a bunt, but it's foul. So the runner at second goes back. Spry will return, and the batter will have an 0-1 count on him. Caleb goes out to have a little visit with Tyler. There's nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Tyler Gregg has an 0-1 count against Reynolds. Checks the runner, throws home, drops a curveball in there for a strike to the left-handed batter. No balls and 2 strikes to Reynolds. Left fielder for the Goblins. Tyler's looking for the sign. He gets one he likes. He checks the runner, and he throws, and he hits the batter. So he's going to go on down to first base, and there will be runners on first and second. And there's nobody out. Bit of a conversation going on between the two umpires out by the mound. They explained something to both coaches. I have a feeling that Coach Harper is contending that he was squaring up to bunt and got hit hanging out over the plate. Tyler threw him a strike and it hit him. Coach Harper not a bit happy about the whole business, I can tell you that. And he is explaining his lack of happiness to the home plate umpire. Now Coach Harper retreats to the dugout.
The second baseman, number 14.
And up to bat is the leadoff hitter, Weber. Weber flew out to center field last time he was up. Runners on first and second, nobody out for the Goblins. First pitch from Tyler Gregg, squares to bunt, pulls it back. Umpire says that Tyler missed, so it's 1 ball and no strikes to the second baseman. Tyler looking for his sign from Caleb Reagan. He gets it, takes a look at the runner at second. Throws home, squares to bunt again. This one's way up high. And so it's a 2-0 count. Here comes Tyler Gregg. Takes a look down second, but the batter at the very last second calls timeout. And now we're going to take another stab at the 2-0 pitch. Infielders are charging in. This ball is gets past Caleb Reagan over here right in front of us off to the left side of home plate. We're outside again, by the way. So now there are runners at second and third base. The leadoff man is up to bat. He's got a 3-0 count on him. And there's nobody out. The pitch is low for ball 4. So that's going to bring up McCormick. He's a right fielder. Struck out looking last time he was up to bat. We'll see what happens this time with the bases loaded. First pitch. It's hit to Drew Vincent, who catches a line drive and then falls down on the bag with his glove and gets 2. Beautiful double play by the first baseman, Drew Vincent. So Tyler Gregg can breathe a sigh of relief. There are now runners on second and third with 2 out. And up to bat comes King. He's a shortstop, got a hit last time. He calls timeout. Tyler waits for him to get back in the box. Looking for a sign from Reagan. Gets it, throws. And he hits it to Drew Vincent, but it just got past him. Hard hit ball. 1 run comes home. Here comes another. And the batter is going to end up at second base on the throw. So Harrison jumps out to a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning, or the bottom of the third inning. Bottom 3, still 2 outs, runner on second. First pitch to the catcher. It's fouled back out of play by the concession stands. Cherry steps back in the box with a 0-1 count on him, an 0-1 count. Next pitch is an off-speed delivery for a ball, low and in. So it's 1-1. to Cherry. 2 outs. The pitch in the dirt. Two balls and 1 strike. Tyler Gregg looking for the sign. Checks a runner at second. Throws home. And it's over for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Runner on second. 2 runs already home for the Goblins. Tyler Gregg would like to get this guy. The pitch to Cherry is a ball. Full count. Three balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. It's hit hard between short and third. Runner at second's coming home. And this time the cutoff man takes the throw from the outfield. And Cherry ends up with a single, but also with an RBI. So Harrison now out in front 3-0. 2 out here in the bottom of the third. Jonas Husky comes up to bat now for the Goblins. Does a little landscaping there around home plate. Stands in. Tyler throws over to first. Runner's back.
Runner for the catcher. Number 23, Caleb Husky. 21.
Coach for Harrison hollering for a buck that time. Pitch from Tyler. It's a curveball, and it's in there. No balls and 1 strike. The next pitch, he stuck his bat out there as if to try to hit a bunt and beat it out, but he missed it. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. And the third inning comes to a close, but not before Harrison picks up 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We'll be back in Harrison, Arkansas in just a moment. Welcome back to Harrison, Arkansas. Up to bat to lead off this inning, the pitcher, Tyler Gregg. He leads off the 4th. First pitch to Tyler. He hits a number down to third base. Third baseman comes up, grabs it, throws to first, and gets Gregg. 1 down.
Now batting for the Cardinals, the left fielder.
Here comes Kelton Price. Kelton, the left fielder for the Cardinals. Bats with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Fouls it off to the left side. No balls and 1 strike to Price. Swing and a miss. Strike one or strike two. No balls and 2 strikes to Kelton. The pitch just a bit low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And with 2 out, here comes Nick Huff, Cardinals right fielder.
Number 13, Nick Huff.
Huff steps up to bat from the right-handed side. First pitch is a breaking ball, which comes in there for a strike. 0-1 with 2 outs. Swing and a miss for Nick. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. There's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that's the inning for the Cardinals. After 3.5, it's 3-0. Harrison. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Cardinals in that inning. We'll be back in just a moment from Harrison, Arkansas. Welcome back to Harrison, Arkansas, as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and Noah Dittmanson steps up to bat for the Goblins. Tyler Gregg still on the mound for the Cardinals, and he hits it to Blake Madewell. He bobbles it a bit, makes the throw over to first. The umpire says he's out. So that's 1 out for Harrison to start off the inning. Here comes the designated hitter, Andrew Crawford. Crawford flew out to center field first time up. And Tyler puts the first pitch across for a strike. The pitch. 1-1, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. The pitch to Dittmanson is low. Or rather, Crawford. And Crawford now has a 1-1 count on him. He hits the next one foul. Third baseman Ryan Larkin giving chase. And he didn't make the catch. We had no view of it, but he ran out of room. And here's the 2-2 pitch to Crawford. There's a breaking ball high. Full count now on Crawford. That one just got away from Tyler Gregg. Next pitch. Fastball head high. He takes it. 4-4. So he heads down to first base. That's going to bring up Spry.
Now batting for the Goblins, the first baseman, number 5, Will Spry.
This is the guy who hit it off the fence last time he came up to bat. That was just last inning. There's a throw down to first. Runner's back safely. I think so. I think he said strike. He's got one finger out over there. There's a pitch. Curveball in there for a strike. Scoreboard shows 1-1. I'm not sure about that. What did he say it was? 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. There's a throw over to first, and the runner's back safely. Spry faces a 1-1 count with 1 out. Tyler Gregg gets his sign, takes a look over at first, throws home. Fastball is high. 2 balls and 1 strike to Spry. Comes the 2-1 pitch. It's a curveball. There was apparently something wrong with it. 3 balls and 1 strike. No, now he says 2-2. I see. Two count. Scoreboard's incorrect, but the umpire knows what his belief the count is and has let us know. Here's a throw home. A little inside. So now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count on Spry. Tyler toes the rubber. Runner gets a lead. Tyler throws to first. But the runner, Dipmanson, is back in time. No, that's Crawford down there at first. Here's the pitch. He started off for first as though it were ball 4, but the umpire rung him up, and he looked at strike 3. So it's no balls, no strikes, and 2 outs as the left fielder, August Reynolds, comes up to bat. August, the left-handed batter, he steps into the box with 2 outs to runner on first. There's the pitch. Pops it up. Second baseman Putnam goes out and grabs it. And that's the inning. So the Goblins get no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We'll return to Harrison, Arkansas in just a moment, where the Goblins lead the Cardinals 3-0. Now batting for the Cardinals. Here as we begin the fifth inning is Trip Cheney. He takes strike one. 0-1 pitch. It's high and away for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss. So 1-2 to the Cardinals' designated hitter. And Tripp takes it out toward right, but the second baseman goes over and gets a soft liner for out number 1. So that's going to bring up Caleb Reagan.
The catcher, number 7, Caleb Reagan.
Caleb bats with 1 out here at the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. A little bit outside. Ball 1. Throws home. There's a soft bouncing ball down to third base. Third baseman snags it, throws over to first. And that's the second out of the inning for the Cardinals. Up to bat now is center fielder Trent McChristian. As he faces Adam Brown, who has shut down the Cardinals so far this afternoon. First pitch is hit foul down at third base. Third baseman calls for it. He's got it. And that's the inning. So after 4.5, the score is 3-0. Harrison over the Cardinals. In that inning, no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll be back in Harrison in just a moment. Harrison's back to the top of the order as they start to bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Peyton Winters up to bat. First pitch is a strike from Tyler Gregg. Next pitch, curveball, a little bit inside. 1-1 the count now. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Hit hard to Madewell. Madewell bounces it off his midsection, picks it up, but the runner's safe down at first. And so next is McCormick. And Madewell is on his knees out there close to second base. Coach Harper's going to check on him along with Tyler Gregg and Ryan Larkin. He's coming back to his feet now. I think it did hit him right in the midsection. He's kind of walking it off. And he's going to stay in the game at shortstop. So we're about ready to get back to action.
Now
batting is McCormick.
Number 13, Daniel McCormick.
Runner on first base, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the fifth. First pitch, squares to bunt, takes it for strike one. Larkin playing a very short third base. Vincent holding the runner on at first. Throw over to Drew, but the runner gets back. Comes the 0-1 pitch. Squares to bunt, but it's up over his head. He pulls the bat back. It's a ball. 1-1 the count. On McCormick. Tyler throws home. It's a high breaking ball. So now the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Runner takes his lead over at first. Tyler throws home. Still squares to bunt. Snap throw down to first base. Runner's back in time. Standing up. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes now on McCormick. Tyler throws over to first. Once again, the runner's back safely. And the pitch. The batter went for a bunt, and he missed it, making it strike 3, so the batter is out. So that makes 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Harrison coach isn't too happy about the call on that.
Now batting for the Goblins, the shortstop, number 10, Cooper King.
It's going to stay the way it was. Cooper King comes up to bat. And there is 1 out. Runner on second for the Goblins. First pitch from Greg. Fouled off to the right side, out of play. The next is a breaking ball high. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on second. The pitch in the dirt. Caleb blocks it nicely. So the Goblins runner has to stay put at second base. Next pitch to Keene. It's on the way. Slow for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike to the shortstop. He's got 2 hits already in this ball game, 2 for 2. Here's the next one. Ball 4. So Keene heads down to first base. And up's going to step Cherry, the catcher.
Now batting for the Goblins, the catcher, number 3, Quinn Cherry.
And he's 1 for 2 on the afternoon. The pitch. A little high. Ball 1. Have to work hard to throw it high to this fella. Caleb Reagan goes out to the mound to have a little chat with his pitcher. Now he's back behind the dish. And Cherry awaits a 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. Fastball. Apparently just low. 2-0 the count. Runner down at second base with 1 out. And Cherry steps out of the box for a moment after calling time. Now he's back in and ready. Tyler Gregg checks the runner at second a couple of times, throws home. So runners on first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th for Harrison. Cherry facing a 3-ball, no strike count. And a pitch. It's low, ball 4. So that leaves the bases loaded. And Coach Harper calls time, and he wants to go out and talk to his hurler. A little bit of action going on down in the Cardinals bullpen. Can't really see who's up from here. And the conversation continues. I think the umpire just signaled the courtesy runner is going to come into the game for Cherry, the catcher.
Courtesy runner for the Goblins.
And he does.
Husky.
It's Caleb Husky.
Now batting for the Goblins.
A couple of Husky boys on this team.
Jonas Husky.
Well, more than that, but there's 2 of them named Husky. He struck out twice in this ball game. The pitch. Strike. Here comes the pitch from Tyler. Swing and a miss. Had a curveball. No balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. The bases are loaded. Full of Goblins. Here's the pitch from Gregg. Swing. And just got a piece of it. So it's no balls and 2 strikes still. And timeout is called by the batter, Jonas Husky. And the pitch. He pops it up to Blake Maywell, and Blake comes over and makes the catch as it falls harmlessly into his glove. And now there are 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bases loaded for Harrison.
Number 12, Noah Dittmanson.
Tyler Gregg definitely needs to get out of this jam. not near as big a jam as it was. Now there are 2 out. The pitch, swing and a miss, way late. Strike 1. Next pitch from Tyler Gregg. Swing and a miss. He's late at that one, too. Noah Dittmanson. Oh, 2 the count. 2 out. Bases loaded. Swing and a miss. He's going to touch home. Caleb is with the ball, which landed in the dirt, which Dittmanson swung at, and that's going to end the inning. So the Goblins pick up no runs on no hits, 1 run and or 1 error, and 3 men left on base. The score is still 3-0 Harrison, and the Cardinals come up to bat with 6 outs left, going into the top of the 6th in just a moment. Welcome back to Harrison, Arkansas. Blake Maywell is stepping up to the plate. The leadoff man for the Cardinals leads off this 6th. First pitch to Blake. He's late on a fastball. Strike 1. And the pitch. He lays down a bunt, but he gets back to the pitcher. And he's thrown out at first base. 1-3. So 1 out.
For the Cardinals, their third baseman, number 21, Ryan Larkin.
Ryan Larkin up to bat. First pitch is a curveball in the dirt. And that's 1 ball and no strikes. Next pitch is a strike. 1-1 with 1 out and nobody on for the Cardinals. Here's the pitch. In there, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out. Larkin gets around on it, hits it to the second baseman. Second baseman throws over to first. And that's going to be 2 out. So if anything's going to happen this inning, it's going to be up to Blake Putnam, Cardinal second baseman. He stands in with 2 out. And the first pitch to the right-handed batter is fouled off. Out of play. Next pitch, swing and a miss by Putnam. And the pitch, foul back. Count remains 0-2. Next one's a little bit high for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on. Pitch to Putnam. It's up over his head. Ball 2. So 2-2 to count from Adam Brown, who's given up one hit today. Next pitch, Blake stays alive by getting the bat on it. And the count is 2-2 with 2 out. The pitch, right down central. And it's called strike 3. And the Cardinals go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll be back in Harrison with the bottom of the 6th in a moment. Welcome back to Harrison. It is the bottom of the 6th inning. Designated hitter Andrew Crawford comes up to bat. Tyler Gregg remains on the mound for the Cardinals. And the pitch from Tyler. Foul back into the screen for strike 1. That's Tyler's 90th pitch. He's got 9 strikeouts on the day. 8. Make that 8. Pitch from Tyler is hit toward left. And Kelton Price is there to grab it. Didn't have to move much. I'm not sure he moved at all. Hit right at him. So that's 1 out. And up to bat now, it's first baseman Will Spry. Here's the pitch. A little high. Ball 1. Tyler gets his sign, kicks, and fires. It's low. 2 balls and no strikes to Spry with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Harrison with a 3-0 lead. Next pitch in there for a strike. Spry watched it go by. Here's the pitch. And the next one's in there for a strike. Breaking ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Spry. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Nobody on base. As pinch hitter moves in. His name is Garrett Bernard. So he's pinch hitting for Reynolds. Steps into the box. Tyler toes the rubber, looks for a sign. He gets it, kicks, fires. Breaking ball. Just missed. It's ball one. Next pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. So that makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike. There are 2 outs for Harrison. Nobody on base. Here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch. Swing and a miss. It went up in his eyes. I got to throw him one just a little bit higher than that one, Coach Brad. What do you say? Next one is a curveball, which he hits weakly. Foul down there to Drew Vincent. Drew retrieves the ball, gets it back to his pitcher. And unlike the major leagues, they're just going to keep using it. Here comes the pitch. That one's high. Fastball. Taken for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pinch hitter, Bernard, up to bat. Here it comes. It's high. Ball 3. Full count to Bernard. Here's the pitch from Tyler Gregg. And it is hit to the left side. It's going to be fair, I think. And who came over and got that? I thought that was a shortstop, Blake Madewell. And he made a dandy run over there to make the catch look easy. So that is the end of 6 innings. Harrison leads this game 3-0. The Cardinals have 1 more inning in which to score. We'll see if they can in just a moment. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on for the Goblins in the bottom of the 6th. Welcome back to Harrison, Arkansas, folks. We're glad to have you along this afternoon. We've come to the top of the 7th inning of the ball game, and Tyler Gregg steps up to the bat. First pitch to him, right down the middle for strike 1. Adam Brown, the pitcher for Harrison. That's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brown has given up just 1 base hit in this game. That's off the bat of Larkin. Next pitch looked a little high, but the umpire calls a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss on the fastball. And there's 1 out for the Cardinals. Here comes left fielder Kelton Price. Kelton gets some instruction from Coach Harper. He steps into the box. Pitch high. Kelton with an open stance. The pitch. That's high. So 2 balls and no strikes, and the Cardinals need base runners. The pitch is high for ball 3. So all of a sudden, Brown is having a few control problems here. Coach Harper wants Kelton to know something. He squares the butt, pulls back the bat, and the umpire says strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike. Next pitch to Kelton is fouled off the right side, out of play. So now it's a full count. As Price stands in. The pitch. He hits it out toward right field. Second baseman backing up and catches the pop-up for the second out. So for the Cardinals to have a chance in this first game, Nick Huff has to do something.
The Cardinals, the right fielder, number 13, Nick Huff.
The right-handed right fielder steps up to bat. Brown, the pitcher. He brings it home. Swing and a miss at an off-speed delivery. 0-1 pitch coming in to Nick. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 out here in the top of the 7th. The pitch from Brown. Swing and a miss. And that's a ball game, folks. The Harrison Goblins have won this one 3-0. So the Cardinals face a must-win situation in Game 2 if they hope to go to the state tournament. Okay, so I have some special instructions from you from our technical director, Cale Petrie. Cale tells me that when we do the ball games the way we're doing them today, that you will have to, in 30 minutes or so, maybe a little less, refresh your page. So make sure that you go get you some Febreze, hit the refresh button, pick you up a Coca-Cola, the pause that refreshes, and refresh your page. We'll be back for the second game here from Harrison. Should be a good one in just a few minutes.